Hard Mark Podcast.
Shrimp on the barbie. Shrimp on the barbie. Do you respect that? That's corruption. I could make a fake snake. You not pee in the pool. You not pee on the barbie. All of myself is clean.
Broadcasting from Ryan's hospital bed, welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast, a show where I, Eric Donaldson, wrestling fan of over 30 years, introduce one match per episode to my co-host who has never watched wrestling. We talk about the backstory, we watch the match, and then we rank that match on our ever-growing list. The purpose of this show is twofold. First, to see what happens when someone who's never watched wrestling is introduced to its most notable matches, and secondly, as a window into the mind of the man of 54,097 compliments, the Soul Skater, the Mater Diamat drama, the Tampa Bay Topsider, the living painting, the talent, the gentleman that claims that meatballs and tortillas don't give him the diarrheas, his ass is full of sass, and his heels are made of glass, formerly flying, but now he's just rolling on the ground, Ryan Murphy. Ryan, how are you doing today for episode 50?
I'm doing all right.
I don't know that that's true, but I appreciate your positive outlook on things.
Well, you said episode 50. This is a kind of big episode, you know.
It's a big episode, and we haven't done a lot to build up a lot of anticipation. No. But I think this is going to be a monumental episode in the landmark history of our show.
And here I am just rolling around.
Yeah. So, I mean, we shouldn't bury the lead. Ryan, there was actually a little concern on my part that you may not be here for episode 50. I was starting to actively look for backup co-hosts for an episode or two. We're not to that point just yet. Hopefully it doesn't come to that anytime in the near future. We'll see. But you recently had an accident.
Yeah, I mean, I like to call it an accident. I don't know why.
You had an ouchie. You had a boo-boo.
I did. I hurt myself.
So, let me give you my perspective. I'll tell the Markomaniacs kind of like my knowledge of this leading up to it, and then you can kind of fill in the gaps, of which there are many, and these are very large, gigantic gaps to be filled. But I knew that you had people visiting. You had friends, local friends from, non-pond owning people from the greater Snohomish area.
Clarifying.
Yeah. Whether or not they own printers, undetermined at this point in time, but you had people visiting you down in Las Vegas. And I remember, because I'm concerned for you, Ryan, I know that sometimes you hang out with a rough element, a rough crowd. And so during this weekend, I just had my spidey sense was tingling. And I messaged you, Ryan, and I said, please confirm that you are not dead. And so that was on Saturday at 6 p.m., just the other weekend. And the next day, which is not uncommon for you to take a day to respond, I've more or less come to terms with, it's a 24-hour turnaround for Ryan. So I was not concerned by the lack of response that night. However, on Sunday, so the very next day at 8 p.m., I received a message back from you saying, dude, I fractured both of my heels.
Yeah. That sums it up. Like, within that time gap, there's an injury sustained. Yeah, no, I didn't even see her. I mean, I wasn't highly concerned with people, hitting me up for other things. I was in the hospital, so I missed it. And then when I came back, I was going through, and then I saw your message. I was like, oh shit. Should be a good story.
Let's just go chronologically. So when did it happen?
So it happened Sunday morning, so Saturday night into Sunday morning.
Okay, just to clarify. So, and when you're saying Sunday morning, so you were up all night and this happened Sunday morning, or?
So we had been up for a while. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I felt fine.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, so this was, we were up Saturday, like, and then we had just got out to like go to a convenience store down the street on Sunday. So, but it was Sunday. It was probably like midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., like somewhere around that time, Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like nighttime then.
Yes, like nighttime. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Because I was worried it was just like 7 a.m. and you were, bounding off of tall rooftops.
No, it was like night.
Okay. This checks out with everything that I thought was going to happen. Okay.
I'm telling people that, like, I don't want to know that it would happen in the morning. We were getting breakfast, and I just, like, like...
You just finished your moons over my hammy, and you decided to do some light parkour.
Yeah, exactly. For a good night of rest, I good breakfast.
You have been watching a lot of The Office on my sister's Peacock account recently, so I assumed you watched the parkour episode and you were inspired.
Oh, I've seen it hundreds of times.
Well, maybe you should watch it a few less times from now on.
That wasn't really the... Here's what kind of happened initially is that we went through, and at the time, like, so it was me and two buddies, and we were out, and we were just going again to this convenience store. I don't know if we're getting more beer or like I think we were just gonna go get more beer.
Okay.
And there's this gate, and you know how you have like the kind of the pillars in between every like 6 inches that run across through the gate, right? Like.
I think so. Yeah, sure.
It's just like this metal, like little. So they run. Well, they had taken one out, and this, like, we were in the wrong part of the hotel. Where, like, if we were going to go back, we would have to gone all the way around and back out to the strip. But there's this gate there, and it had one pillar like taken out.
Which hotel are we talking about?
The Hilton on the Strip.
Okay, I've never been to
right
that
next
one.
to like Circus. Right next
gotcha.
to
the nicest hotel in Vegas, Circus.
The Strat, yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah. No, it's actually a nice hotel. I don't want to shit on it, but like...
I'm sure the Hilton was fine. Yeah, no, Circus is shitty, but yeah, I'm sure the Hilton's fine.
Yeah, the Hilton was, surprised. Anyway. So we go there, and, my buddy, like, pops right through it, and I'm like, cool. And I'm going through it, and I just kind of, like, hop out, I'm, like, backwards off of it. I'm thinking for some reason this is, like, a 1 or 2 foot drop, like a very quick, right...
Because you saw your buddy do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I even had seen someone do it, but like you couldn't tell what the drop was from like the view that I had. You couldn't see it. It just looked like it was short. It was like no big deal. Blah blah. I do this all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm ripped to death. Clearly, I can pull this off.
I'm highly athletic.
Right. My ankles are strong from all the rollerblading that I've done.
They should have been. But what happened is I jumped off like just backwards from this, thinking that it was like 1 to 2 feet, and I think it was probably 5 to 6 feet.
Okay.
So I just kept like I just remember like kind of like I kept going. Like when I expect to land, I was not landing yet. Like I was like oh shit, like I'm gonna be way off balance here. And then I landed and like I landed on both my heels instead of landing like on my foot. So both like not like my foot at all. Like my full body weight went on both my heels. Like
right. So it was less about the distance of the fall potential. I mean, I'm sure that didn't help, but it was less about that and more just you were totally unprepared to land at that distance.
If I had known, like in fairness, I just looked. If I had just done my own research on this jump, like I would have been totally fine. But I thought it was no big deal. And one of my other friends had like also seen like going down. There's also like this tunnel that you could take. So it just weirdly, right before I like shattered my heels, I was like listening to him talk about, oh, there's this little tunnel you can like. I just remember that like, and like Josh, you idiot, come on, like you got to hop off here, like and
yes,
so it was totally about me just being off balance. Like that was it wasn't about if I had known, I would have either like kind of scalpeled down it or like
sure. Did you know immediately that you were hurt?
Yeah, like it hurt really bad. I tried to, so I was like, okay, this really hurts, but like maybe I'm just being like, like a little dramatic. I tried like stepping on him, and I just like once I tried stepping on him again, I knew immediately I couldn't walk. Like for sure, I was like, okay, like I've broken bones before, so like I know like, and I have a pretty high pain tolerance too. Like even at the time, like it hurt, but like I was like, okay, it's fine. Like we'll go to the hospital. Like I just knew I couldn't walk. I probably broke it.
Mm-hmm.
And so couldn't get up on it. So I just laid there, and like all these people were walking back and forth on the strip, and like no one's doing anything. Like no one gives a shit. Like like at all. And then it's like my buddies, we're trying to figure it out. Like we're not gonna we don't want to call an ambulance because that costs a lot of money. So we just call an Uber.
Sure. Yes. The ambulance of the working class.
Oh God, yeah, no, and like that. You see him on like even the Uber driver wasn't fazed by it at all. He's like, oh yeah, like, this happens,
right? Yeah, he gave you a low score on account of all your moaning and pain, but besides that, it was a really nice trip. We like before we got in there, we smoked a cigarette, like like on the strip, just kind of chill, and then. Like, one of my buddies like took my shoes off. He's like checking out my ankle. He's like, okay, like, cause he's like a skater. So he's broken bones. He's like, okay, this is like not great. Or so yeah. But anyway, we're getting into the like this like I don't know if she was homeless or like a crackhead or like a stripper or like a really like not like a stripper, like a nice stripper, like a crackhead stripper. Like she like comes up and she's like. I can hear you describe people all day. Crackhead stripper, got it.
She wasn't like okay. She was just weird. She was like a weird person, like And
she had a hard life. There was probably a history of drug use. I understand
totally, and that's the thing, right? So we acknowledge that, but she's right, like
exactly a lot of societal problems, not necessarily her fault.
She's like trying to get a ride in my Uber as I'm like being lifted into the car. Like they're both lifting me, like trying to get me in and like trying to get in the car themselves to go to the ER. And like she's like, hey, like I'm going to Henderson. Like and Henderson is so far fucking south of like where we're going. And she just thought it was totally cool to ask for a ride. Like you know, like
so you said yes, and then you made a new friend.
God damn it. Like so
you
ridiculous.
Didn't let that poor woman in your Uber. You could have just like ride shared it.
Get the fuck out of here! Like, get the fuck out of my face! Like, I was not like, oh, it was, Anyway, so like we got it, and it was kind of fun. Like I think I was still in shock at the point. Like we were like the Uber driver was just kind of fucking like joking around, like but he was taken right to the ER. Like
this is the most jovial story of someone breaking both heels that I've ever heard.
Like at the time, like it was kind of relaxed. It didn't really sink in like what the consequences were going to be until I got to the ER. Like
right, exactly. Okay,
so got in to like the ER, and so like they both went in, like both my buddies, and they were like, can we get help? He can't walk, trying to get like a wheelchair. And like the Uber driver, I'm out there. He's like, dude, I just got called for another ride. And like, I felt bad for some reason. I was like, I'll just like scoot out of the car. Like, so I just get out of the car. And then I go into the ER and they like, wheel me right in. Everyone else is waiting, it's nice. You never know when you're going to get there. Like,
right.
Yeah, that was kind of it, like for that portion of it. And, the ER sucked. Like, it was fucking totally awful. I waited forever. I was like, one Vicodin and like a little bit of water. Mm-hmm. It just, I don't know. It was just the ER is such a ridiculous place to be. I heard like maybe someone get diagnosed with cancer while I was sitting there, like just listening, like just like all this like stuff going on, like. I hate that. I hate the ER. I never want to go back there. The doctor was kind of a dick. Like, it was like, Anyway,
did you tell the doctor what happened?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I thought it was a fair story. Like, I thought, like, I mean, even like looking back, like, I honestly, like, this could have happened sober, like, to me. Like, I wasn't even that drunk. Like, I was about to go to bed. Like, we had been up like late even the night before, so like, I wasn't like. So, like, drunk, I was like, oh, like, let me just hop off this thing and see. Like, I wouldn't say it was calculated, but, like, it was something that I feel like I could have, like, oh, like, I just watched him. I'm just going to hop off. And, like, it could have happened. I just misjudged it. I thought it was a foot or two. It was deeper than that. I missed. And, like, I'm lucky that I didn't, like, crack my head open on the concrete or, like, like.
Sure.
other things, like all in all, like for what happened, it sucks. It's really bad. Like it's been but like, I didn't break my neck in becoming a wheelchair. I didn't dive into a pool. Like I felt like, for some reason, I felt highly like optimistic about what happened. I just like, okay, I'm lucky that it wasn't any worse, and I'll just have to deal with the consequences for the next like 6 to 8 weeks. It sucks, but like at least I can work from home. Like,
right.
Blah blah. It could have been worse. But yeah, that's what happened.
So the recuperation time. So you said 6 to 8 weeks. That's kind of the expected turnaround for you to be the picture of health again.
Well, no, I mean, so like they're saying like 6 weeks I can put weight on it again. So probably like maybe like crutches, which would be 100% improvement over what I'm doing now. Right. Like maybe one foot's better than the other, so I can kind of put a little more weight on that, or like. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so once I get back from Chicago, which is they originally told me like 10 weeks, like to 12, which I don't, maybe still is like in the books. I don't know, like. Right. But the surgeon that I'm seeing, he's like, I did all the CT scans. He's like, yeah, you don't need surgery right now. It's not worth the risk. Like, and we would like to see you kind of get back up around 6 weeks. And I can already, like, I can feel them. They're getting better by the day. Like, I can move them. I can, do stuff. So, yeah, 6 weeks is about the timeline, I guess, for when I can start putting weight. And then, I don't know what it looks like from there.
Okay. So basically what that means is, Markomaniac, so I gave Ryan a little reprieve from recording for a bit. So we are closer. We're still not the exact kind of timeline matched up, that sort of thing, as when you're hearing this. But at the time that the listeners are hearing this, you may be on crutches at that point in time. We're talking around April 20. It's that 420 going on right now. So you might be on crutches by then.
Yeah, well, yeah. Hopefully, that'd be great. Yeah, that's the goal.
I'll post on social media if Ryan's up on crutches back then. I'll let everyone know. Hey, our boy, he's made it. He's on the mend. He's healing up.
That would be, yes. If I'm on crutches, I'm a very happy guy at that point.
You can walk your ass on crutches down to the dispensary near Molly's Gaming and Spirits. What a time that would be. And actually, I think this got kind of. I don't even know if we actually addressed it. So because of Ryan's injury, right now, he is wearing a boot on each foot, and he is basically wheelchair bound at the moment.
So yeah, I am, but like the boots are coming off. The boots are off like all night, and then like sometimes during the day. Okay. Not firmly on, but I feel a lot more comfortable with the boots on. Mm-hmm. Like I can't like hurt myself as bad.
Sure, yeah, I understand that.
So yeah, but then I'm also in a wheelchair, which has been like, I don't have a lot of places to go with this, so I can't do, but like it's been interesting to be in a wheelchair. Like,
has there been any benefit of being in a wheelchair so far?
I do like rolling around in it. Like I definitely
much better than walking around like a sucker.
It is like it's nice to just like I'm at work and like if I get bored and I need a second, I just kind of roll back and forth for like a few minutes. And then roll back to my desk or roll back to here, so. I
do have 2 wheelchair-based comments to make. I think it's important to mention. So a few episodes, there's quite a few episodes ago at this point, I told you about my creatine experience, and you made the comment to me that if I am in the hospital during the Steinholden contest or, at any point, in that time frame, you just give me the win. I want to make sure it's very clear. I never said that about you. So whatever, you're trying to do to yourself to try and guarantee yourself a win, I never said that.
My arms are getting stronger. As I've had no use of my legs, my other like extremities have become stronger.
That was going to be my second point. I'm a little concerned about the fact that you're just wheeling yourself around in this wheelchair. That's gonna bolster up the shoulder strength. I feel like
it's there's a lot to be worried about, Eric, for you. Like, so
as he says, with a half-drank open bottle of wine on his end table, sitting in a wheelchair.
I could hold that up forever. Like, all right.
They make stoppers for wine, Ryan. You don't have to just leave it open to the elements.
Well, no, I have a cork.
Okay, I mean, there's that too. I mean, if you're going to drink at it, then you don't have... Okay, there you go. There's the
Why do you think I would just leave it open?
Well, I mean, because it's been open for the past 40 minutes.
Yeah, I just opened it tonight. Oh, you think I should cork it? Is that...
I mean, I don't know, but they make stoppers.
I was going to drink it.
Did you know, actually, this is, once I say this little thing, we can go back to all of your monkey shines. But my wife is a wine drinker. She's always drank wine. I never drank wine at any point in time in my life. And like, now she'll act, do you want a sip? And I'm like, not really.
Like, at all? Like, you don't drink it, like, for, like, wine occasions?
I have drank wine. Like when we went on our honeymoon to like Italy, I had wine. I also had wine when we were in France. But it's not something where like around the house I'll ever drink wine. It's just not something. And I had never ever purchased a bottle of wine until I started dating her.
Okay. Yeah.
But I remember when we first started living together, I found and it turned, I mean, you can guess where this story's going, but I found this little plug thing in the dishwasher, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I thought for sure it was like a butt plug. I thought for sure that's what it was. And I kept seeing...
Was it pointy?
Yeah, it's kind of pointy. Like it's pointy, and it just widens out. I remember the brand. The brand was Rabbit. Well, I was like, that kind of sounds like a porny sort of name. And I thought for certain that this was a butt plug. And then I kept seeing it over and over and over. I'm like, what the fuck is going on when I'm not at home? And then finally, I just like pick it up out of the dishwasher. I was like, what is this? She's like, oh, it's a wine stopper. I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Do you put a butt plug in the dishwasher? Is that how you wash it?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that seems like a good as way of washing a butt plug as any other method.
I could just see like the confusion as you like go in, like all the and it's happening all the time, constantly. Like,
every couple days, it's like this little pink rabbit butt plug that I kept finding, and it's like, what? I'd like to be at least consulted as far as some of the comings and goings on in this home.
Right, you should be, but
So hit up the lovers, find yourself a butt plug / wine stopper, Ryan. I think
butt plug / wine stopper.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of you can find one that does both.
It's got dual functionality. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, but yeah. So corks can be difficult to maneuver back into the wine bottle. So
no, it's not really. If you're stupid, maybe like.
Oh, well, fucking...
This is so dumb.
Up on his high horse, doesn't know how to jump off a 5-foot ledge, and all of a sudden he's a goddamn wine expert.
I thought it was 1 to 2 feet, Eric, all right? If I had known it was 5 to 6 feet, I wouldn't be in this situation, all right?
I'm never going to let you live this down for the record.
But, yes, all right, it doesn't take a genius to put a wine cork back in the... People act like it does. It's so fucking stupid, like... All right.
Is there a technique? Is there a special technique?
There's one side that's fat or there's one side that's not. Like,
isn't it just the same width the whole way through? Well, I guess some of them have like a penis head at the end, but a lot of them are just one size of thickness through the whole way. Oh, he's removing the cork, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you didn't show me the cork. You got to show me. I didn't see. I need to get a good cork shot here.
There's right off the cork opener.
What do you? Yeah, he doesn't even. Okay, yeah, that one is, but I've seen some that it's not like that.
That's it. It's right in there.
Okay, all right.
Fully.
Now
like, I don't know. People like act like it's a hard thing to do. Like maybe if you get some like authentic like French wine, like I don't know, like maybe then they're corks. But like,
right.
If you just drink general American wine, like
right, your $4 wine from Smith's is doesn't have that problem.
I mean, give me a shot with the best wine. I don't know, like give me a shot.
I'm not a wine guy either. Is there anything that we have missed? Is there anything that I am forgetting about? You did send me some lovely pictures of your outing. So Greta came to visit you in your hour of need.
Big shout out to Greta. Big shout out to Greta. She hit me up. Okay, so the first person I hit up when this happened was Greta. Like,
okay. Please tell me. I know you're going with this, but you need to let me know what her reaction was when you told her this story.
So, like, I think I was in the ER. This is probably like 3 a.m. I just been sitting there, like, fuck. I've been there for like an hour or two now. Like,
right.
I'm getting bored.
Right.
So I was like, I should tell Greta, like,
I've gotten gold on all the Angry Birds games.
I hadn't even gotten the results back, but I just knew. Like, again, I'm an expert. I just know. All
exactly.
Right? So I was
medical
like, hey,
anomaly.
I probably broke my heels. Yeah. So she was like, she was super nice about it. She's like, oh my God, like, what happened? I had to try to explain it over text. And, so she kind of went through all our things. She's like, asked, these questions, like, and then she's like, do you want me to come out like tomorrow? And I was like, no, like that's totally ridiculous and unneeded. Like that, I'll be fine. And then, this is kind of goes on to the second part of the story. We don't have to get so into it, but like the next day, like everyone came and picked me back up. And we had one more day at the hotel, one more night. Okay. And I was like, I just want to go home. Like, I'm in a lot of pain. Like, I don't really want to kick it. Like, but then we had this whole fiasco. Like, just come back to the hotel. Like, it'll be like, you don't have anyone there, like, to really help you. We can at least, like, help you. And I was like, okay, like, that makes sense. But we drove around for like 5 hours trying to, 1, get the wheelchair, and 2, get the pain meds.
Okay. Which
was a ridiculous experience. This whole fucking system is so fucked up, Eric. Like, so fucked up. So anyway, yeah, like I went back to the hotel, stayed that night, good time, just, chatted, took pain meds. And then we went home the next day. And then I got home and I didn't have the help anymore. And I was like, fuck, like, and I didn't say anything, but I was like, I don't really have any food. Like, and I don't want to pay. And Greta's like, I'm coming out, like, tonight. Yeah. She, like, flew out there. Like, we were talking, like, midday, and she just flew out there. Like, she's like, I'm just going to come out, like, today. And she just, like, dropped all her stuff and came out for 3 days to, like, get me, like, fully up to speed. It was, like, the nicest thing ever. Like, so incredibly fucking helpful that, like, whatever I just owe her one.
It almost makes you want to do the same thing for her if that ever happened to her, almost.
Don't know where you're going with this.
I don't know that you do the same thing for her. I think that she's a much better human being than you are.
So she is a much better human being.
There's a butt coming.
No. You're not like, she is like, like I would absolutely do it, but like, it wouldn't be like, I feel like I would, like on a whim, that's really like a tough thing for anyone to do. She's in school and working and like doing all this shit. She has a way harder time than I, but like, I would have to like, try to like, okay, like this day I can go. She like jumped out there on the same day, like,
right.
Which was incredible, like incredibly helpful.
Shout out to Greta.
Huge shout out. She's a much better person. But like, yes, I would absolutely like go out and like do the same thing for her. It's just,
she would never have this happen to her.
She didn't even like think. Well, right. Okay. Yes. Okay. That is also a fair point. That's also a totally fair point. She was also like, I knew you were fucked up when you were like talking to me about like not coming out on Monday. Like I knew I was gonna like have to come out anyway. Like I could tell like you were like thinking this through, which I wasn't. Again, the consequences hadn't really come to like my head yet. Like it was mostly when I was sitting in my room, like and like running out of water. Yeah, I'm like, damn, like this is gonna be really hard.
Right. And I didn't realize until we were just talking before we started recording that you are on the second floor of the house. So yeah. So like food and like the roommate, like there's like one here right now. He's super chill. Everyone's helpful. Like doing what, but like it's just hard. Like it's just a tough, bad situation. I would recommend it. Don't misjudge your fucking like ledges or whatever you jump. Just judge them, measure them, get a tape measure, whatever you have to do. Like don't risk it. Be careful out there. So if you had to do the science on this whole experience, it would probably be down towards the bottom in the fucking trash category.
Oh yeah, God. I mean, it's not like the thing is, I'm not like 16, right? Like, this is not an experience. I'm 31 years old, like, and I did this
almost
to
32,
myself.
almost 32,
but 31.
Don't forget that you're almost 32. I will be. It turns out, and you haven't even made a big deal about this. When I'm coming out to Vegas, which I will make sure that you break a bone, then you will be 32 at that point.
Right, but at the time, 31. So really, right in the middle of 31. So if you round down 30, closer to my 20s than ever. But
exactly,
that's besides the point.
Closer to birth than death.
Even the doctor's like, hey.
Maybe not the way you live, but for most people.
Well, yeah, it does seem to be escalating.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree.
It's just bad time to do this. So, funny thing, So I called my mom. The second person I called was my mom, and she didn't answer that night. And then she texted me back, and I was like, "I'll just get back to you later. I don't want to tell them." And then she texted me, I called her again, and she didn't answer. And then, so to this point, they don't know.
Wait, as of the time that we're recording, they don't know about this?
Correct.
Okay. So it's been like a week and a half.
Yeah, I don't want to tell them necessarily. If I can heal fast enough to never tell them about this, that'll be the goal.
Yeah, I mean, we did talk off air about your superhuman Wolverine healing and how your bones are super bones with no surgery needed. But I mean, is there a reason? Are you
No, it's just
you just don't want to worry them?
Well, I didn't especially at first, not knowing a lot of what was going on and what was going to happen. I didn't want to I didn't want to get them all concerned. My mom probably would have just got up and flown out to Las Vegas as well. She would need help. My dad probably would have been "Oh my God,
you idiot
again! Have you done this to yourself again?" And also, at the time, I didn't I figured work could be fine with it, but I also wanted to make sure that I was set to fully be working and wasn't going to have to take any time, stuff like that.
Understandable.
Yeah, so I haven't fully told them yet. So we'll see. Maybe I can get away with it for a few more weeks. Be back on crutches. Say I just broke one leg or something. Not both.
Yeah, nobody mums the word, Markomaniacs. No tweeting at Ryan's mom.
Don't deep dive my social media and find my mom.
Exactly. Don't follow the rabbit hole of Ryan's TikTok into finding Ryan's dad's Instagram or anything like that.
Yeah,
please.
Exactly. So that's what's going on.
What a goddamn whirlwind! So there was a subject that I thought for sure we were going to be leading off this episode. Thank you for, which quick aside, thank you everybody. Episode 50 for downloading, streaming, whatever on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Podcatcher, Podbean. I don't know. A bunch of different platforms. Thank you for listening. For your listening to the YouTube. Thanks for that as well. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, email us at hardmarkpodcast@gmail.com. We will always, unless Ryan breaks a bone, we will always start off every episode with a question from the Markomaniacs anytime we have that. Just a quick FYI about that. But I thought for sure that we were going to have a subject that I had mixed emotions about it, mainly negative. And then when all this happened, that very much superseded everything else that I'd been planning on talking about. But Ryan, I don't know how much you want to get into this subject on the air, but you were approached recently about having a second podcast.
I feel like this has been just in your head.
Well,
constantly,
okay.
Just eating at you a little bit,
You'd love to think it would. But so after episode 49, after we stopped, we were just kind of dinking around. Ryan was getting me the files. I was kind of updating the spreadsheets, etc. And he very fucking casually threw out this little breadcrumb of oh, my friends and I were talking about doing a podcast. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because when I think of the guy who claims that he doesn't like being the center of attention, and now he's talking about having a second podcast, it floored me that he was just so cavalier about it. And apparently now you've told these friends after I've called them out for fistfights by my pond that you have a podcast. I'm sure they've heard me talking shit about them at this point. You're putting me in a bad situation, Ryan. I have an exclusivity contract for you, for your talents. Having a second podcast really dilutes the Ryan Murphy quotient. I'm sure some Markomaniacs out of sheer morbid curiosity are going to pick this up. They're going to hear how much of a real piece of shit you are without any editing. It's going to ruin our whole thing. So fucking just say whatever it is that you need to say about this goddamn other thing, and then we'll try and put it behind ourselves.
You might see how much of a piece of shit I am on this.
Is this actually happening?
No. So here, okay. I think this is definitely more of like a like this idea that just got kind of casted out there, and we discovered it when we all flew up to Seattle, and like someone spit it out of their fucking mouth. And we're like, that's hilarious. Like, we should definitely do that. Like, because we were sitting there having like 2 beers at breakfast, you know?
Right.
So it was fitting. And we were just discussing shit. Like, it could be a super fucking interesting. Like, if it ever got going, just the people behind the content could be like really fascinating. Like,
okay. Really
fascinating subject matter for sure. But I don't think it'll ever happen. I don't think anyone has like the drive to put it together. Like, not even that I stay there and like, you know, watch you put it together or anything, but like no one wants to fucking do that in our, no one wants to do the editing or like actually put this up or like maintain any of the, you know, it would just be like thrown up there really poorly. Edit quality would be terrible. Like, until like it got good. Maybe if it ever got good, maybe someone would care, but like, I don't know. It just, it could, you know, we'll see. Eric, I will let you know fully if it's ever like, if we ever sit down with the headphones on and the microphone in front of our faces, you know, when we record, I will let you know. And, you know, we'll see. Not my idea. I'm not a guy who goes out and creates podcasts. I just happen to be a part of this like weird group that like, you know, likes to create it's you and like, you know, whoever came up with the idea, like, it's just this weird like situation I've been put in. It's not me. I've never once wanted to create or be a part of a podcast. So,
I mean, arguably, you could say that even right now. But
yes, I'm saying it right now. Like,
right. But so it's been a month. I checked the timestamp of our recording for last time. It's been a month since we recorded last.
Wow.
So it sounds like there's not been any forward momentum since you originally.
There wouldn't be until probably like the summer. If we did decide to ever like record it, it wouldn't be until we got back together in the summer. So you have time.
Okay, good.
If you want to tear this apart, like
I mean, I'm not gonna like you know tear it apart unnecessarily
You're not a tear it apart
right now.
Guy. I don't think you would. I just think you know.
I build people up, okay? I'm always the one who's on top of the mountaintop, you know, bringing people up. I'm like a Sherpa through Mount Everest. You know, I'm the guy who's like lugging people. I'm setting the trail so that other people have an easier time. That's me, a true godfather of podcasting.
And that's, you know, why we'll have you shout at our podcast every now and then. You know,
that is where I draw the line. I will bleep out the goddamn name of that podcast. There is no free publicity. Until I know for a fact that you've started actually advertising your first podcast that broke your podcast cherry, there will not be any advertisement of this secondary bastard podcast.
Don't worry. I think I said this up, but like, I promised the podcast I would want to have out in front of the public's face, in front of like anybody, is this other podcast for sure. Like, I swear, like that. Oh god, like it's not even gonna be that bad. It would just be like fucking stupid. Like, first off, it'd be fucking stupid. It has potential to be fucking like hilarious. Like, I'm not saying it's just these people are like, I don't even know if they can get in front of a microphone and be funny. Like, you know, like I think Eric, that's a talent that you can like get in front of a microphone and like speak your like, you know, words, right? Like they're well rounded. Like, you know. I don't think they could do that, but like off mic, like, you know, it could be potentially like, you know, if they can do it, good shit. I don't know. I don't think it'll ever happen. I have my doubts, but I will keep you updated.
So you're saying that these other people are your Ryans?
No, fuck, I don't know how to answer that question.
Because so much, 50% of this podcast is me just saying, hey, Ryan, what do you think about fucking yogurt? Or, hey, Ryan, what's your opinion on, you know, socialism? Or, you know, whatever the fuck it may be, and then just letting you go in fucking strange directions.
It would just be like that, but like just bouncing ideas off of like three people. Like,
okay. No,
but like totally different people, you know? Like, you have to like, it's like, no, I'm gonna understand, but like, I don't know. It could be brilliant. It won't happen. It'd probably be bad, probably really bad. more likely. And yeah, that's it. But has been thrown out there as a name. We'll see.
That's getting bleeped. That's getting bleeped. There's no way. Nobody's going to hear that.
It's a pretty good name. You know, I keep thinking about, like, yeah, it's not, you know, there's a podcast, like.
I mean, when you mentioned it to me originally, I was so fucking aghast and taken aback by this betrayal. It felt like a jilted lover, someone who like you had committed adultery on me. In many ways, is how it felt to me. But I did, after you told me the name, I Google searched it. There were several podcasts that already had that name.
No, there's not.
Yeah,
no fucking way.
Have you fucking Googled it? That's like the first thing you do when you create a name. Like, does this name already exist?
Really? It already exists.
I'm pretty sure it does. Let me see here. So if you Google search the name of the thing I'm not going to say the name of, that's getting bleeped. So there is Beers Before Breakfast.
Not two, though.
And then the Breakfast Beers.
No,
so, okay, yeah.
Okay, Eric, you came on very, very confidently and said, that name has been picked by millions of podcasters, and now you can't find one.
I never said fucking millions.
Eric,
you exaggerator.
Very, very confidently said that name is shattered, basically like your ankles, and nothing. You can't find anything.
There's Beers Before Breakfast.
That's not.
That's the differentiator. Okay, that's fair. I can't
take it back, Eric.
I'm not going to take
it back. Yeah.
They haven't posted since 2019. You're probably okay.
It doesn't. Even if they posted yesterday, it doesn't matter. We have a different name.
Well, you don't even have a podcast, so you don't have anything yet.
Okay, but if we did, we had a very different. Beers Before Breakfast, kind of stupid. Like, it's specific and it's laid out. Like,
I'm gonna have to bleep so much of this out. You're very sneakily trying to fucking snake the name of this.
I'm not trying to sneak it. You just said, oh, like, that name has been taken by so many people, and it hasn't been taken by one person.
Well, beers implies two.
No, it does not.
It does. It's at least two.
Yes,
it's more than one.
At least two, but if you say two, that's specific.
It's getting bleeped.
It's right. It has its own place. All right. It's not many beers. It's not 3 beers. It's not 4. That name is like a variable. It could hold whatever. Like 2 beers is a set number of beers.
I think this is the most you've given to any aspect of this fucking podcast project.
I'm so upset now. I'm gonna have to start this podcast. All right, like just so it can be on Google. You can finally say
If you ever want to make sure Ryan does something, you have to fucking challenge him. Like, fuck you, you're not going to do that. And then that's the motivation he needs. Maneuvering towards the grappling, as promised on last episode, Ryan, for our 50th episode, not our 50th match. I think this is match 57. But for our 50th episode, Ryan, I wanted to do something special. I wanted to give you a match that I thought you'd enjoy. So today, we have got ourselves a ladder match.
That's right. You did mention that.
I did. Yeah. Which is currently the only ladder match we've ever seen, number 1 in the ranking. But there's more to it than just ladders, Ryan, and we're going to get into some of those other elements here shortly. But let's discuss some of the participants of our contest here today. So first participants, we have the Dudley Boyz. So you may be wondering, boys, that implies more than one, just like beers. And you would be correct. So the Dudley Boyz are a tag team. And on occasion, Ryan, you and I have watched some matches from Extreme Championship Wrestling, or ECW for short. Those matches usually have been a little bit more extreme, a little bit more hardcore, and more violent than your usual WWF fare. Probably most notably, or as far as ECW is concerned, is the match with Taz and Bam Bam Bigelow, where they went literally through the mat and fell through the ring to whatever abyss is underneath that monstrosity there. So one of the big acts of ECW during their heyday was a group known as the Dudley Boyz. And despite the fact that the Dudleys were all drastically different sizes, shapes, and races, they all shared the same father, the incredibly virile Big Daddy Dudley. So the Dudleys were comprised of 9 men in total, and yes, I did have to Wikipedia this, including Big Dick Dudley, Dudley Dudley, Chubby Dudley, Dances with Dudley, and Little Spike Dudley, or LSD for short. But the most successful and longest lasting of the Dudleys were the tag team of Bubba Ray and Devon. You'll notice in the match, the Dudley Boyz will come out. Bubba is the white guy. Devon is the black guy. They made a name for themselves as notorious bad guys in ECW. They nearly started riots with fans. One of their trademarks was the use of the table. They would often take their opponents and slam them through tables. So that was kind of their thing. So after a few years in ECW, the Dudleys were brought into the WWF, and they made a name for themselves with their use of the table, often putting their opponents through them after the match had concluded, or sometimes before, ending in a disqualification. But the Dudleys were not the only tag team making a name for themselves around this time, as another set of brothers were also starting to develop a fan following. They were known as Matt and Jeff Hardy. Collectively, they were the Hardy Boyz. So we got a couple of boys, the Dudley Boyz and the Hardy Boyz. Big 1990s trope, calling people the boys. The Hardys were a young daredevil team known for taking big risks during their matches, and the crowd loved them for it. The Hardys had actually been with the WWF since the mid-1990s, with the younger brother Jeff actually lying about his age and wrestling for the company at the tender age of 16 years old.
The Hardy Boyz, isn't that like a mystery book?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Hardy Boyz were...
Was that a play off that at all, or was that...
Well, their real names are Matt and Jeff Hardy. Bubba Ray and Devon, those are not their real names. They're not real brothers, but the Hardy Boyz are actual real-life brothers with the last name Hardy. So I'm sure that there's an allusion to that, but it is also their real names. So they both got their start as enhancement talent, so AKA guys who were paid to take a beating and make it look good. As time went on, the young brothers began to impress fans, and in late 1999, they were finally given the opportunity to prove themselves on the big stage as they stole the show in a legendary tag team ladder match on pay-per-view. So from that point forward, the Hardys would be featured prominently on television, and they were paired up with a female manager known as Lita, who had been trained in Mexico and was known as a daredevil herself. This collective of the Hardys and Lita were known as Team Extreme, and they appealed to younger fans and anyone who loves a good risk taker, much like yourself here, young Ryan Murphy. So after their initial ladder match victory, the Hardys would become synonymous with ladders, and they would frequently be put in those matches as their specialty. So far we have the Dudleys, and we've got the Hardys. Everything clear so far? Any questions?
Mm-hmm.
But of course, Ryan, the Hardys and the Dudleys, they would feud off and on over the course of several years, competing in a series of matches that would only escalate in danger. But both teams had a thorn in their side in the form of a third tandem of brothers that were also relatively new to the WWF scene, Edge and Christian. So Edge and Christian, they also got their start in the late 1990s as part of a group of pseudo-vampire goth guys. This is true. They would come up through the stage in a ring of fire. One of them would spit blood into the audience. It was a whole big to-do. Eventually, they broke out of those gothic elements of those characters, and they began to incorporate more pieces of their real-life personalities, namely being dorks that would make up words like awesomeness. They would wear comically oversized sunglasses, and they would stand in the ring like action figures for a 5-second pose for the benefit of those with flash photography. They were bad guys, but they were kind of funny, comedic bad guys. So while Edge and Christian had competed in their fair share of ladder matches, they had recently adopted a new weapon of choice, the steel chair. So they invented a new move that they began to use to take out opposing teams, which was known as the concerto, where both Edge and Christian would swing a chair at opposing sides of their opponent's head, sandwiching it in a chair on each side in the process. So with these three teams all vying for supremacy of the tag team division, and with each team having their own preferred device of causing pain, how do you incorporate a match that's fair to everybody? Well, I'll tell you, you make them all legal. That's right. We're not just watching a tables match. We're not just watching a ladder match. And we're not just watching a chairs match. We're watching a TLC match. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my. Tables and ladders and chairs. Oh my. Tables and ladders and chairs. Oh my.
So this sounds sick for sure. I am excited. But okay, so
yeah.
You had the table finishing move and you had the chair finishing move on the head, going through but the ladder, like, was there finish? Did they hit people with ladders? Did they climb the ladder? Because last ladder match we watched, they had to climb the ladder for what was their ladder move?
So you remember, at least fuzzily, a little bit, the ladder match that we watched before, right? The number one match of all time, as scientifically determined by Ryan.
Yes.
There was so the ladder match, even though it happened, and that would have been in 1994, they rarely went back to that well. I think that they ran one more ladder match, I want to say in 95. Then they didn't have any more until 97-ish. And then in 1999, they did a tag team ladder match, which was Edge and Christian versus the Hardys. The Hardys won. And that match was looked at as holy fucking shit. That was incredible. And so because the Hardys won that ladder match, the ladder kind of became their thing. And so in matches where there weren't any disqualifications or anything like that, a lot of times they would bring ladders out and sometimes they'd use it as a weapon. More often than not, though, they would climb the ladder and just jump the fuck off of it. Jump on their opponents from the ladder.
Okay. So
that was kind of their thing because, again, they're daredevil risk takers. Jeff Hardy's probably one of the fucking craziest wrestlers in the history of professional wrestling.
Okay.
And so one last little tidbit here before we watch this thing. So this match, not that it's a huge deal. I don't know. Maybe you have weird opinions about it because sometimes you do that. This match is happening in Raleigh, North Carolina, just as an FYI.
No, that's great. I think it's a perfect place to host this match.
Absolutely. And so Ryan's record as it stands right now, 31-25. He did lose last episode, but he's trying to bounce back, although it may be tricky because, again, we have three different teams, so you got to pick who the winning team is among three, not two.
Okay, so one team wins. It's not a weird... Yeah, okay.
And the rules are very similar to what we saw before. So the winning team is the one who climbs the ladder. There's going to be belts hanging from the tag team championship, so they have to climb the ladder and grab it.
So there is a ladder that has to be climbed in this match.
Yes, so yeah, it's a TLC match, but there is a ladder that has to be climbed. You have to climb the ladder, and you have to retrieve the belt that is hanging up above the ring. So it's not pinfall, it's not submission. It is climbing the ladder and grabbing the belt.
Okay,
yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. All right.
A couple pieces of data before we finish this thing out. The other ladder match that we've seen, which we've referenced a couple times, Ryan was victorious in that match. Ryan is also 2-0, so 2 wins and no losses in SummerSlam matches. So this is going to be the third match that we've seen that has taken place at a WWF SummerSlam event. And then lastly, as far as North Carolina goes, Ryan is 2-0 in North Carolina. So a lot of positive premonitions from that standpoint. So we'll see how it goes.
Good.
He looks determined. He looks determined to pull this thing off to get that W.
I am.
He's got his Orlando Bloom facial hair going. He looks determined. I like it. Anything else, Ryan, that you're curious about this match before we watch it?
No. I think that answers it.
Let's do it then. We're going to watch that match. We'll come back to you with our thoughts. Stay tuned, and we will be right back, everybody.
Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh, my. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh, my. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh, my. Not the double chair shot. Oh. face of Jeff Hardy. Here he goes. Everyone's got to be seeing double here. Bubba Ray's up. The Dudleys are going to do it. Over the belt in the middle. The Dudleys are going to do it. He's 20 feet in the air. Bubba Ray. The human body with 20 feet of water. Big 4 tables. He's done for it. Look at this. Jeff Hardy was left hanging as was Devon Dudley. Thanks to Edge and Christian. Here we go. There's a Christian. My God, what an exchange that was. Everybody's decimated. Somebody's got to stop him. Here comes Jeff. Oh, Jeff, I think his ankle's broken. They got one. They got him. Edge and Christian have done it.
And still, acting champions, Christian and Edge.
I think we've seen it all now. I don't think I've ever seen anything.
We're back. We're back after we watched that match. Episode 50, a celebration of all things hard, Mark. Not a bitter heart in the mix. That's not an expression at all, but I'm going to say it anyway. Everybody's happy. Everyone's jovial for episode 50. We just watched the very first ever TLC match between the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. What did you think of the match, Ryan?
Great match. It was a fantastic match.
I knew you were going to like it a lot. I mean, there's really not any way that you weren't going to come away from that.
It's just like, this is what, okay. There's, I don't understand why this didn't like pick up. This is theater right here. This is like shit people pay to go see. Like there's some drama on the side, but like the theatrics in the actual ring are fucking insane. Like, and you don't see it very often. You see a bunch of bullshit, Eric. Like, this is real primetime 2000 ladder match wrestling. You know, and fuck everything else. Fuck the tables, fuck the chairs. It's a ladder match. It's a ladder match. That's what it is. Don't even mention the tables and the chairs. I mean, a little bit, but like, don't mention that much, you know.
I'll try to mention them to an appropriate degree. But, I mean, this was like, so as we mentioned, I don't think we mentioned it while we were, before we watched the match, but during. So this may be the first match that we've seen from the year 2000, which was very much like at the very tail end of that peak of wrestling. I'd say at 2001, that's when once WCW went out of business, things started kind of, settling down as far as wrestling is concerned. But, this was definitely towards the height of Steve Austin and The Rock and all that other stuff, and the tag team guys, Edge and Christian, Hardys, Dudleys, they were just tearing the house down with these fucking insane matches pretty regularly in this era. But yeah, it's one of those things, like, especially as I was watching it, and like, it's a great fucking match. You cannot take anything away from anything that those guys did. They were taking insane fucking risks with their bodies, as you yourself can attest to with your, two broken heels. But I will say these types of matches, it's like candy. Like, it's great in kind of intermixed with other stuff, but when you just have that, it's like too much, and you start getting cavities and stuff.
For sure. Like, and I get that, and like placing this match eventually, like, I do want to, like, I get it. It's all theatrics. Like, it's a lot of like crazy shit happening in front of your face really quickly, which makes it fucking awesome to watch. Like, incredible to watch. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like this, I don't know much about like the storyline or like,
I mean, you saw the video, but yeah.
No, but like now, like you do 50 episodes, and you start to see there's like this little like underlying like story. You just there's understory behind like all these matches and like what go like the drama and like. But this is just insane. Like, I don't think you can underrate how like even in my ranking, like it'll be like like it's an insane match, Eric. It's a fucking insane match. Is it Absolutely. Like technically? I don't know, but like it's wild. It's a wild match.
You can't help but be entertained the entire time that you're watching. And
a non-wrestling fan would be like totally entertained by this,
Definitely. You could sit anyone in front of their screen and be like, hey, watch this shit, and they would be enthralled within the span of like a minute or two.
Right.
And you'd hold their attention throughout the entire thing. I totally agree with that. As far as the notes, though, first note here, pre-match package highlighting Edge and Christian being dicks to everybody, the creation of the TLC match itself. We also had a very brief cameo from Mick Foley, a.k.a. Cactus Jack, a.k.a. Mankind, in that video package. Any thoughts on that at all? Not necessarily about Mick Foley, but just the package itself.
No.
Okay. But you were at least introduced to each of like the different teams. You kind of show how Edge and Christian are using the chairs. You saw the Dudleys were putting people through tables, and like the Hardys using ladders and bullshit like that. But anyway, so we watched that. Again, this is the very first TLC match, and Edge and Christian, they're out first. They are the champions. However, they are not wearing their title belts because those belts have already been hung up from the ceiling. Next, you have the Dudley Boyz clad in camo, and then the third team are the Hardy Boyz who haul ass in, don't even get an announcement, they just run right the fuck in there. I guess everything was happening so fast, and that's probably a running theme of this match. Did any of the teams kind of visually, when you first saw them, did any of them make an impression on you immediately?
Not really.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know why. Like, no, not really.
So you had, in summary, the Dudleys are like one black guy and one white guy. They're brothers, quote unquote, and they're wearing camo, so they're pretty easily distinguishable from everybody else. Then you had the Hardy Boyz, who kind of like are wearing, as I described, My Chemical Romance gear from Hot Topic, and then you've got the Edge and Christian, the tag team champions, they look like California skater guys, but in reality they're both from like Toronto, the suburbs of Toronto. But yeah. Let's see. We'll just get right into the comings and goings of the match. Chairs are used immediately. I remember, like, the thing that really got my attention right at the start. Bubba Ray, he gets a chair thrown at his face, and then he's in the corner, and so Jeff's, like, running at him in the corner, and then he picks up a chair, and he throws it at Jeff, and just the sound of that chair hitting Jeff in the face, within a minute of that match starting, you're just like, oh, fuck. This is fucking serious ass shit right now.
Yeah, there was like several of those, but to get it started, like, it was loud. You could hear it like right off the bones,
right off the bones.
Yeah.
But I did like, I guess going back to I didn't really pick up on it when we were watching the match, but they did a good job of like kind of giving each weapon a little spotlight in the match early on. So like it starts and it's only chairs being used. So you can kind of like escalate from there. So people are throwing chairs at each other, hitting each other with chairs, etc. Then eventually the ladders start showing up. You start getting ladders thrown in people's faces, etc. And then, after a little bit of that, that's when you finally get the tables introduced after that a little bit, which, I mean, I think probably one of the biggest moves. Well, I mean, this match was entirely big moves, but I know one that kind of caught your eye. There's a move that Bubba Ray Dudley does called the Bubba Bomb, where he kind of full Nelsons the guy. Shout out to the man of 1,000 Nelsons listening right now. He full Nelsons the guy. And then he like picks them up and like slams them basically right on their tailbone, right on their ass.
Yeah.
I know you were wanting a slow motion replay. We didn't quite get it, but
I mean, I just wanted to see how that move. To me, it doesn't matter if you can fake that move. It was done so well and it's like from such great heights that even if it was just a crazy, and it looked well executed, like it looked good. But I just wanted to see in slow-mo, like, how they actually landed. Because if you actually land on your tailbone from that, it's going to really, really, like, hurt. I didn't see it. Maybe you know more about how that move is executed, but, like...
Yeah, I don't really know a ton about how that move is, like, executed. I think it's just kind of a matter of you're taking an ass bump. I mean, I've seen guys... Now, granted, this has not happened a lot, but actually one of the guys in this match, one half of the Hardy Boyz, Matt Hardy, I one time saw him do a leg drop, which is a pretty standard move. I mean, Hulk Hogan used to do one every now and again, but it still fucked his back up. I saw him do a leg drop from the top of a steel cage one time, and like he's basically said that I should not have done that. I should not have done that.
Yeah, I know.
My hips have been fucked up ever since I did that. And that's even with the give of the ring. And so by this time, this is a 2000s WWF ring. There's a very famous match. We will eventually get around to watching this match. It's probably actually coming up in the somewhat near future. There is one match in 1998 that happens in the WWF, where you can visibly see that the ring had no fucking give whatsoever. It was basically a boxing ring. And then afterwards, then it became definitely a lot springier. And like, there's mixed opinions that the wrestlers have about, you know, it's easier on the back, but it's a little bit harder on the joints when the rings have a little bit more give to them. So mixed opinions, but for something like this, probably a little bit better for the guys.
Impressive.
Let's see here. There's the teeter-totter. So there's a point, and I think you missed it originally, and then you caught it on the replay. There's a part where Jeff Hardy is climbing up the ladder, and then he gets tossed off, and there's two ladders that are very kind of precariously laying on top of one another. Jeff basically gets thrown off of one ladder, lands on a ladder that's on the ground that is teeter-tottered on top of a third ladder, which then that ladder goes up and hits his own brother in the face.
Yeah, just the amount of like ladders that were on, and what they were doing with these ladders, like that, like just
that is one of the biggest difference versus ladder matches. Like, especially that very first ladder match that we saw, where, and we talked about this while we were watching it, they had one ladder to use in that match. If you fuck up that ladder, well, fuck, you're out of fucking luck then, because that's your one goddamn ladder. And this, they had like 7 or 8 ladders in total, like strewn around the ring.
And they did fuck up some ladders in this one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there was the one bit where Matt Hardy is like he has Edge laying in between the ladder. It's like on its side, like on the ground, and he's just trying to smash it. And then one of the little joints that's there to kind of lock the ladder in place, it bends the wrong way. And so just jutting out bits of metal and shit, and he's just still trying to smash it. But yeah, there were definitely some ladders that got fucked up in the middle of all this. But another highlight, everybody loves 2000s Bud Light commercials between the Budweiser frogs and the and the Was Up guys. The Dudley Boyz, of course, have their famous headbutt to the balls, nards, what have you, of their opponent.
Were they a part of that commercial at all?
No, shockingly, they never got a deal. But no, like, this was the height of that phenomenon of the Was Up commercials, and so they just sort of adopted it because everybody fucking knew what it was. And so Bubba Ray would grab the guy's legs and hold them, in happy baby pose for any big yoga enthusiasts. He would happy baby them, and then Devon would usually go to the top rope. In this case, he climbed the ladder and then just headbutt right to the balls. Classic 2000s wrestling.
It was great, yeah.
And so at this point, so all these things have happened and more, which we didn't even get into, but all these things have happened. And then finally, that's when the tables get introduced. So the tables show up, they do a big 3D through the table. So that's where, Devon lifts the guy and then Bubba Ray like slams their head through. You seem to really get some enjoyment out of that. I was not super focused on the commentary in this match. I think from what you heard, you appreciated it.
They had a couple, I don't know, stand up, but they had a couple, good moments where it was just reiterating what had happened, but in a very solid wrestling kind of comment, which I don't know. I would have to go back and recall exactly, but it was just
sure.
There was a few moments where I was like, this is the kind of commentary where it's real raw to the point, hey, I'm gonna kind of repeat it back, yeah.
There was a quote that I did not hear upon this viewing with you, but I definitely picked it up in my initial putting together the notes. Right when Bubba's telling Devon to go get the tables, somebody, I don't know if it's JR King, this sounds like a JR thing, Jim Ross. Bubba feels some wood coming on.
I didn't catch that.
I didn't either, but it was a good line the first time I saw it.
Jim Ross.
Greatest announcer of all time,
Sounds
potentially.
like it.
I'm sure you've heard him on some of your Stone Cold TikToks. Yeah. He's usually the guy screaming Stone Cold, Stone Cold.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. No, I know.
But after that, the Dudleys, they begin stacking tables, curiously. What could this ever be for? They essentially form a table fort of 4 tables with two rows of 2, basically, is what it was. And I'm sure nothing will happen bad to that stack of 4 tables. Eventually, we've got some more chair shots. Big swanton bomb. That's what they call it when you do the big front flip from the top of the ladder. So Jeff Hardy basically is on I think, I mean, correct me if you don't agree with me, that ladder that Jeff was on outside of the ring, that had to be like a 15-foot ladder.
Yes. I thought it was 20 feet. Like, I thought there was like 10 and 20-foot ladders. I don't know. I just thought it was like the first ones that came out were like 10. I thought you said like there would be a 20-foot ladder. So maybe 15 feet. I don't know.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was 20. I mean, somewhere between 15 to 20 for sure.
Yeah.
But basically, he's on that. And like, there was a point, and I didn't catch this upon my initial viewing. There's a point where he's climbing up, and then he starts hopping on one of the foot rails of the ladder. And the reason he's doing that is because there's athletic mats all over the outside of the ring. And so he wants to dig it in so he doesn't fucking fall off and it doesn't tip over. So he's hopping on to kind of get the feet of this ladder inside. And then he's standing on the very tippy top of this ladder, not on the second rung, the very fucking top of this. And then he does the front flip. He tries to hit Bubba Ray. Bubba Ray moves, goes splattering through two tables. And, you know, probably the most visually impressive.
He was out for a little bit after that too, right? Like,
yeah, he showed up the very, very end,
Yeah.
but that basically took him out for the duration of the match.
that would have been a great comeback.
That would have been.
That would have been.
And,
I mean,
and I didn't say this because I knew that this could be something that could be used against me, and I mean, this is a joyous occasion, so I didn't think that you would. This was, as we talked about, in North Carolina. The Hardy Boyz, they are from North Carolina. So it would have stood to reason that, oh, Jeff's out, but then he makes this miraculous comeback at the end. But I didn't want you to get mad at me because I knew that the Hardys weren't going to win, so I didn't tell you that piece of information.
yeah, I was pretty detached from like who was going to actually win this.
We forgot to. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, halfway through, I was like, oh shit! Like, I thought it might have been late. I thought you might have like forgot about it too. Like,
to be honest, I had, but yeah, I mean, that the win-loss thing was very much secondary to just watching the car wreck that was this match. Car wreck in a good way.
right.
And so then we kind of get to the end of the match. So as it turns out, the table fort comes into play. Bubba Ray Dudley starts climbing the 15 to 20 foot ladder in the middle of the ring. Edge and Christian show up. They basically shove the ladder over, so he goes teetering through. He clears one table entirely, completely unscathed one of the tables, and just sails and basically crashes through the other three, which was also very visually impressive. Eventually then, Edge and Christian begin trying to climb the ladder. That's when Lita, the Hardy Boyz' friend, their manager, whatever you want to call her, she shows up. She pushes them over. Then that's when Matt Hardy is now trying to climb the ladder. He actually goes backwards through two sets of tables, so his back is to everything, which is probably the scariest bump because he's not really looking at where the fuck he's going at this point in time. And then as Lita's kind of consoling Matt, looking him over, that's when, for all of her troubles, she gets speared by Edge, and the back of her head hits one of the ladders that's on the ground, and it's one of those sickening little kid type of moments that we were talking about, where you're wrestling around with like your siblings and then they get fucked up way worse than you. Like, I threw them into a wall accidentally, like one of those types of situations, and you could tell she was really hurt. Edge is like down there for like a couple seconds, like, oh shit, are you okay? You can tell that's exactly what's happening. But she had to have got a concussion from that. There's no way that she didn't.
He didn't even go like a little bit light on that. He went like full force, like right into that. Like there's no doubt. Like he did. He just, I mean,
and she was a trooper. Like, she took it like a fucking champ.
Sure,
but
for sure. But he got like totally carried away with that move, like right there. Like, that was. Yeah,
the spatial awareness was would have benefited, but sometimes it's not ballet, Ryan. And then finally, the end of the match, you have Jeff Hardy and Devon Dudley. They're climbing up the ladder. They're both hanging from the ropes. Edge and Christian move the ladder, so they're literally just hanging there playing chicken. And then Devon gets kicked from the rope, falls to the ground. Jeff is hanging there. Eventually, Edge and Christian take a ladder and basically just like smash him with it to knock him off. And that's the point where Edge and Christian both simultaneously climb up the big ladder, pull down the titles, win the match, retain the titles.
Yeah, I like the ending was meh. in my opinion, like, but
That's
fair.
fair.
It happened. Like,
Sure. It wasn't a huge meh, but it was like less spectacular than
yeah,
a lot of the other things that happened.
I thought it was unexpected, but I didn't really know a lot going into this match about like. It was fine. You know what? It's fine. I accept that. That happened. It was more just it was the view of what had happened that like was pretty interesting. So, but yeah, it was.
And the deck was stacked against you. I mean, it was a 3-way pick, which I mean,
Right,
it's always.
right.
I know you were victorious the first time that happened, the first 3-way match.
I will
but,
be again.
no, I'm sure you will be. Well, let's finish this thing out. Ryan's got his food out on his bed. Really quick. What are you eating there? By the way, what did you order?
I'm sorry. I was trying to mute it, just like as I wanted to undo it so it didn't get like soggy. It's wings, but like they fucking forgot my pizza. Like
Pizza?
yeah, they forgot my pizza.
Oh shit!
So now, like, well, here's the nice thing is I'm just gonna hit up Uber and be like, you guys fucked it up. Like it's a free meal. Like
yeah, here you go.
It's hard to do, but like fuck Uber eats.
Shout out to Greta for a positive thing. Shout out to Uber for a negative shit.
Fuck Uber.
Fuck Uber. Ryan's. I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. Hit everybody. Murphy's Law.
In a world without rules, in a sport where only the strong survive, there's one man who has the guts to lay down. Murphy's Law.
Eric, I apologize. I feel like I'm not prepared right now.
You know what? I don't think anyone's ever expected anything more of you.
I mean, I feel like I've been able to like come up with something, but I didn't. Okay, so I just.
It could be a good thing.
Well, no, I don't. I mean, it. Well, shit.
It's not on brand for you for it to be a good thing, but it can be a good thing. It's just your main takeaway from the match.
I didn't like how the match ended. I thought they could have gone a definitely another direction with, having like the Hardy Boyz return from that like huge ladder fall to the tables, and then he's gone for a bit, and then he came, and I thought he was going to, and also like where they were hanging from the belts. That could have been like way better than how they ended the match. That's like really my only complaint.
I agree.
Like,
that's fair.
The storyline wasn't like that great, but the match itself was fucking insane. So yeah, that I feel like they could have played off that a little bit more, made it a little. That would be my takeaway. So
yeah, okay, yeah, no, I can get on board with that. That's people would have gone fucking apeshit if Jeff Hardy would have come down from hanging with those belts for sure.
Yeah.
Let's do the science time, everybody. So science time. Oh wait, you know what I should do? Science time.
Did you
I just came up with that.
Is that pre-recorded, or was that just now that you...
I've got the mixer here. I can do that whenever I want. I rolled it back.
That's good.
Ryan, perform the science for the individuals, please.
So this is
God speaking to you, Ryan.
Having issues pulling up my spreadsheet.
I mean, a lot of guys have that issue. You may be suffering from low T. What I would say is go to your doctor, say, I'm having trouble getting my spreadsheets pulled up, if you know what I mean. And they'll...
You know what I mean.
And
never tell your doctor the truth speaking code like the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They really... Yeah, my Microsoft Office isn't quite performing to the level that it used to.
Yeah. Okay, just off the top of my head, like, it was a great match, and I really liked it. But you're right. I thought you made a totally fair point. It's candy. It is definitely like you can't have too much of it. But it was. Who do I have like 10 to 12 right now?
Oh, I'm not arguing with you on any of this.
Yeah.
Because again, this is episode 50. I'm in a good mood. I'm not in an argumentative state of mind right now. I am surprised that you're ranking it this low.
There was no background to it, and I think that's part of what you have to like.
Right.
And even just strictly wrestling, like like this is Japanese wrestling. No, like it's just This is ladder match wrestling. You know?
Ryan Murphy, wrestling purist, on episode 50. What have I done to him, ladies and gentlemen?
Great match, man. I loved it. I really did. Like, you can't not like watch this. It's impressive. Those guys put everything out there. But like, I would say like I need to know who's 10 to 12, and I'll kind of. I would say it's around there. Maybe that.
Okay, let's
area.
see. 10 to 12. So the current 10. This is towards the bottom of great. Number 10 is at the current moment. That's Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect. That happened in Madison Square Garden. I don't know if there was anything that was like very vivid in your mind about it, but it was a great fucking match. Maybe, and for me, and this is a weird thing to say out loud, maybe the most vivid memory I have of the match. They go back and forth. They're fucking slugging it out. After the match, Bret Hart triumphantly wins the Intercontinental title, and then he strips Mr. Perfect of his singlet after the match, and then holds that as a trophy above his head. But really fucking great match. There was some ball kicks and stuff, but really, really good. 11 is Sting versus Cactus Jack. That was Falls Count Anywhere on the Gulf Coast, where they brawled outside of the ring, all sorts of places. Cactus Jack took a lot of bumps onto the hard concrete that were just fucking insane.
Yeah.
And then 12 is Andy Kaufman and Jimmy Hart versus Jerry the King Lawler, which is a very early episode in our run. So that's 10, 11, and 12 right now.
That's tough.
It is tough. It is
It's
tough.
tough.
Number 9. Number 9, Chris Champion versus Don Valentine. You fucking piece of shit. That's when you were mad at me during episode 20, and
I made it in spite.
I think that's a spiteful.
You think it's a spiteful review?
Yeah, I do. Don Valentine was somebody who I claimed that you could actually wrestle better than him right now without any training. He was awful. He was the worst wrestler we've seen of any match in this goddamn run. And then the match finished. The ending move of that match was a Karate Kid crane kick.
Sounds awesome. Sounds like it's ranked appropriately.
And the fucking dude kicked him right in the jaw because it was like, okay, you don't know how to fucking take any bumps. I'm just going to kick you in the mouth. And then that'll be the end of this fucking thing.
I think I'm going to go 11 on this one.
New 11.
Just put it kind of in the middle.
Okay.
That's where I'm going to put it. That's where my heart's at right now. That's where my legs are at right now. My feet.
Yeah, your feet, your broken heels.
It was a great match. I would, you take anyone to that match, show them a little wrestling. You take anyone there.
Wow. I am, honestly, I thought this might be the new number 1 when we watched it.
Oh, no.
Or before we watched it, but.
No, I kind of knew, it was, if there's, multiple a ladder match is a special occasion, right? I thought, initially, there was one ladder, and I saw it the first time, and, I fell in love. But now, there's multiple, and they're great. They're great. There's multiple ladder matches. They're great. They're awesome. They have their place, but you can't rank them all, number 1. The first one I think you see holds a special, that might have been, initially my number 1. It could have been, if I saw it, but
yeah, that's fair.
It's, that match holds a special place. These matches are good, but you gotta, bring something else to the table, too, to get up to that ranking, So.
Wow, we'll see if anything else cracks that number 1 spot. I thought we had a new number 1, but apparently not. We got a new number 11. I can't argue with that. I could, but I'm not going to. I don't feel that strongly about it.
Where would you place it?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, well, so taking the Chris Champion Don Valentine match out of the equation, because that's bullshit. Taking that out of the equation, fuck. I might put it 12.
Oh, so pretty close.
Yeah, 12 seems good to me. But yeah, I'd be very close to where you're putting it, actually. Yeah. Looking over everything. This is a super fun match, and you can remember the bits that happen in it, but I wasn't invested in the story of the match so much as I was just enjoying the carnage of the match, which is a different experience for me. Agreed. So yeah, I think, you know what? I'm on board with that. What a ranking, Ryan. You got it right. It's time, everybody. It is time. Hopefully you did not get sick of this gimmick already when I did it, but I'm going to do it again because this is what I fucking do. Because it is time for Eric's
Wisdom tree.
How's that sound on the microphone? Probably pretty weird. Part of me I have so many good wisdom because it's been a month, Ryan. We haven't seen each other sort of in the flesh, in the virtual flesh for a month. I've got so many things that I've added to my list of wisdom. I'm so much more filled with wisdom than I was a month ago. So it's hard to come up with the one thing that I want to do. I think, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Because we haven't had a whole lot of controversy, and maybe you're on board with this, Ryan. I don't know, but I'm going to say something. It may be somewhat controversial to people. I'm putting it out there. Episode 50. You got to fucking balls to the wallet. Alcohol does not improve food. I'm so sick of people always feeling like they need to put booze in food. If I want to get fucking drunk, I'll get drunk. I don't need, like, fucking rum-infused chocolate. I don't need bourbon maple syrup. I don't need fucking vodka cranberry. That's not a thing. But, like, I don't need alcohol in my food. It's a separate experience.
So first of all, I thought you were saying, like, being drunk doesn't improve, like food, like, quality, like...
Right.
I kind of... Okay, but we're not talking about that.
Well, which I would never say that, because when you're drunk, there are some foods that are just fucking heavenly.
Oh, for sure. Like, you can't... Like, that was kind of a bad argument, but I was going to say, like, maybe you go, like, if you get high, like, food tastes different, but, like, okay, fine. We're not talking about that, though.
Right.
I disagree, but not, like, passionately. I just think, like, if you pour, like, some red wine into certain dishes, like, it really soaks up, like, that, like, kind of, like, rich, dark wine flavor. I'm not, like, I don't, but, like, I agree, like, in this, like, people, like, beer battered brats, like, I don't know how much you get the beer, like, in the brats, or, like vodka and your shit, like, what, I don't know how much you, like, I don't know how much
your shit,
like, whatever, like, I think, like, for, like, wine really, like, does do something, like, I cook with wine when I, like, cook certain dishes that I like, and I think the wine makes a huge difference, I think. Okay, sure. Maybe it's just my head, but
have you tried it without wine?
No.
This could be a big ploy from Big Wine.
But it, right, no, it could be. I'm not passionate about my disagreement. I just disagree with the fact that, like, I think alcohol, like, can, like, flavor foods, but yeah, especially with, like, liquor and stuff, like you put, like, weird stuff into, like liquor into, like, chocolate, or liquor into, like, your, I don't know, just, like, anything. Wine has a special, like, thing, right? It's like it's, you cook with it. It has a rich flavor. Other alcohol, I don't really care for. I don't care for, like, the beer brats. I don't know what it does to it. I don't know what it does to it. I don't know that I can't taste the difference. Like,
right. Yeah, I've made brats with beer before, and, like, they were great, but I've never tested it without. We also make, like, shepherd's pie. We have a shepherd's pie recipe where we always add, like, a can of, like, not even good beer, like shitty beer usually. And, like, I'm sure I could probably make a shepherd's pie that was just as good without beer in it, more than likely.
Probably.
Like, so I'm not saying I'm not guilty of this same thing, but, like, here's what gave me this idea, what kind of put this thought in my brain. And so we didn't even talk about this. Maybe we'll get into more in depth on this subject next episode. But I was recently in Mexico. It was not that long ago that I was in Mexico for a long time, just a couple of days. And one of the treats that I found at a local bodega was, and, like, I'm not making this up, this is real. It was called a nun fart.
God.
And so, if you could only see Ryan's face at me saying nun fart, but it's just like a little chocolate truffle thing. And I eventually I bought one. I bought a bag of nun farts, and I had one. And then I was like, there's something about this that I can't quite put my finger on. And then I looked, and it's like, oh, there's a little bit of alcohol in this. And it's like, did that alcohol make this chocolate better? Or did it just, like, unnecessarily booze up my chocolate? So, like, that's my stance.
But it's
It's like 0.01%. Like, do I really need a taste? I don't drink alcohol for taste. I drink it to get fucked up.
There was enough for you to go back and be like, that's interesting. Like, there's something to it, obviously. Like,
right.
Like,
Yeah.
what is it? Is it a good thing, or was it like, it's kind of like, I mean,
I didn't feel like it improved the taste of the chocolate. I would have been just fine just tasting chocolate, but because I tasted something that wasn't chocolate, that inspired me to look at the bag and be like,
so can't nuns not drink? Maybe that's the thing about a nun fart is like, it's like a play on like nuns and not being able to drink, and they just put some liquor in there.
I got a whole backstory about it from an Argentinian girl. I did not retain any of this information. Apparently,
too many nun farts.
Yeah, too many. I got fucked up on nun farts. I was huffing nun farts all weekend.
Yeah.
I like how you didn't even bat an eye when I said nun fart. You were just like, oh, Eric. Like when I said it.
Sounds like something you'd fucking buy. Like,
don't blame this on me. This is like a Mexican commodity. This is like a thing.
Yeah.
Everyone knows about it. But anyway, so that's my wisdom. Alcohol, like, can it potentially improve food? Probably, but we don't need to put booze in everything. It's unnecessary. Let's tone that down, everyone.
Okay, I know we're but I think you're being a little dramatic with your, like, of course we don't have to put booze in fucking everything, Eric.
There are so many booze-infused things.
There's okay, but not that many. Like, some things are just booze for fun, and then other things I think do make probably taste better, and then, like, those nun farts were just fun, dude. And then now you just want to shit on them. Like,
there's more booze in food today than there ever has been in the history of the world.
How do you quantify that, Eric? Like,
I'm just fucking saying it. I'm putting it out there.
You're just
fucking
saying,
debunk me. If anyone says I'm wrong, debunk it.
I want to debunk this so fucking bad. Like,
oh, yeah. You do right now, and then in 5 minutes you're going to forget that I ever said it.
I know.
You're just going to eat your fucking chicken wings and then, like, wipe your hands on your pants, and then that'll be, or you'll wipe your hand on your own, on your boots.
All right.
You're going to wipe your hand on your boots and then forget all about I ever said
napkins, all right. I don't like eating wings. Because I know, how am I going to browse my phone? Like, you know, I'm supposed to have pizza with this, and this is a side dish. Now it's my whole fucking dinner. Like,
the hits just keep on coming for Ryan. Poor Ryan over here. But that's it. I think that's the episode. Unless you have anything else to say about my alcohol thing.
No, I'm done.
I mean, fucking debunk it if anyone can. But
I will. There's never been more food cooked in the world with alcohol.
Absolutely.
Right now, at this moment, than ever in history. That's the most bullshit statement I've ever heard in my fucking life, Eric.
There are infinity maple syrups with bourbon now. Infinity of those.
I mean, you keep going. You keep going.
What you mean?
What do you mean? Like, what, infinity of those? Like, what does that mean,
There's
Eric?
countless, like, if you just Google search, like, bourbon maple syrup, you'd find a fucking...
there's countless maple syrups without booze.
I never said that there was... Okay, not only is there more foods...
You did when you said there's so much more, like, food cooked in alcohol than there has been ever any time in history. That's
I stand by that. I stand by that. There is more food now that is available to purchase that is cooked with alcohol than any time in history. I stand by that. There's also more food in general to purchase than has ever been in any time in history.
Eric. You know what you're doing with this. You can't fucking kill. It's food per capita, Eric.
I'm being inundated. The only food here, you know what? There's one beverage that I've really, really fucking liked that had booze in it. Elliott Bay. In Lake City, where I used to live, they have a beer infused milkshake. I never tasted beer in it. I never ordered it because it had beer.
Why?
And I remember me and Heather brought my nephew there, and we were like, "Hey, can we get one of those? Is it okay if he has some?" They're like, "There's beer in it." And I was like, "Well, fuck! I've never tasted the goddamn beer." And so then, not only can I not order it, but then I was made to feel like a fucking bad uncle because I couldn't feed my nephew a beer-infused shake that you can't even taste fucking beer in.
You just gave it to him.
I should have just given it to him. I should have just rubbed it on. Despite the fact that he was like 8, I should have just rubbed it on his gums. Well, this is how we this is how we learned, everybody. All right. Well, that was episode 50. I hope that this did not disappoint. I hope that you come away thinking that, oh, what a satisfying meal of audio cream I was just given. Stay tuned for us. We will be back May 5th. Wait, that's Cinco de Mayo. We got to do a thing for that. I don't know what. Yeah, we'll be back with less Ryan injury content, presumably. I guess we'll see. Ryan, please don't fucking hurt yourself anymore.
No, I'm good. I wanted to get it all out, and I feel like I'm just going to heal quicker now. Like
exactly. The rest of
his recovery's going to move along. Yeah.
The rest of his 30s will be smooth sailing through calm seas. But we will be back on Cinco de Mayo. Fuck, that might actually impact my match selection for that. We'll have to wait and see. But if you are not hard, everybody, get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. That's all, folks. Episode 50 coming to you. Coming to you. Good.
Do you put a butt plug in the dishwasher?